You see, Cisco Discovery Protocol (CDP), as the word says, discovery. It helps to discover the topology. If we don't have topology, it's okay, you can discover it. There are two ways you can do that. One is you can go to the data center, means go to the room where the routers are kept, and we can uh, we can trace the cables, and we will know which device is connected to whom. Right. So Cisco Discovery Protocol helps us to do it dynamically. You don't need to go to the room and see which router is connected to what other routers, which one, which wire connects them. Nothing of such. You don't need to do those things. Just by putting some show commands, you will be able to draw the topology. Cisco Discovery Protocol. We also have another protocol called LLDP, which is not Cisco's, and in Cisco LLDP is disabled by default. We can enable it. I'm just giving you what others are using. If Cisco uses CDP, what will the other vendor use? LLDP. LLDP is industry standard. Cisco Discovery Protocol is Cisco's. Both CDP and LLDP, the purpose is same, in order to discover the neighbor in a layer 2 level. So when the interface is up on the remote router, you can discover the device. It need not to have an IP address. So what's the advantage? Advantage is I no need to go to that device to know about that device. I can sit in this device and know about that device. I can I can see even the host name on the device. I can even see the interface to which I am connecting to that device, the interface name. I can even tell the operating system version, hardware version of that device. How is that possible? Every 60 seconds, each router will advertise themselves over the links. This is what makes the other router to learn about this router. So every router sends their their information, like what host name they got, what is the interface from which they are talking to, uh, much more. If IP address is configured, even the IP address will be announced, advertised. You see, if you want to tell it to a device, you need to know the IP address of that device. With CDP, you can know the IP address of the next device without you going and logging into the device. That's it, you got the IP address of the next device, you can tell it now, but make sure you know the password to tell it. You need to know the password of that device. The IP address will be known through CDP, but password we should know. So CDP, Cisco Discovery Protocol, helps to discover the adjacent device. So you cannot discover a remote device. Immediate remote you can discover. Not the remote. See, I can discover router B from router A. From router A, I cannot discover router C. Not possible. You need to go to router C if you want to discover this topology. First, from here, you need to know about this device. First, you learn that. Once you learn that, you telnet from here to here. And now, when you are here, you type show CDP and discover this. See, physically you are sitting here, but telnet and bring this device down here, and then type show CDP. B is going to show you the next router, router C. Now again telnet to router C. Router C will be available for you here. Now again use CDP and discover the following devices. So you no need to move physically from one location. You can stay here. And you will be able to jump between the device by discovering one after the other. The whole topology you can discover. If you know the password, that's enough. Complete topology you can discover. After discovering if a router stops sending advertisements for 180 seconds, then the neighbor will be removed. CDP neighbor will be removed. So advertisement is every 60 seconds. Deleting means flashing out or hold time is 180 seconds.
This protocol runs only in router or switches?
Both router and switches. If you have switches, yes, you can. You can also run from switches. Both router and switches, but not on firewall because for security reason, firewalls, Cisco firewall ASA, don't reveal itself because it's security, no security device. If someone can know the password of a so the IP address of the firewall, usually firewall comes in between good and bad guys. So firewall, if it will reveal itself to the bad guys, that's not okay for us. So firewalls are not by default going to advertise themselves, but still you can make them to do that. By default they don't do. But routers and switches by default they are enabled with CDP, enabled already. We are not going to enable it, not needed. If you want to disable, you can disable them both interface level as well as global level. I can disable the CDP for the entire router, or if I want to disable for one specific interface where bad guys are connected, where the discovery should not happen, I can do that. For the CDP to work, both the route. I'll show you. When you type show CDP neighbor detail, it'll show you the neighbor's IP address and more information, not only just IP address. Now, I was about to say something. Mm. All the devices need to be Cisco device if you want to discover the entire topology. Otherwise, you need to, if you have a mixed vendor, you need LLDP. Link layer discovery protocol. Fine. So there's no much thing to discuss here. Let's go to the command line and check how it works. Without topology table, sorry, without topology map, topology means map, that itself. Topology means map, means diagram. Without a diagram, starting troubleshooting is not a wise way. To any new network environment you go to troubleshoot, first thing you should ask is where is the topology table? Sorry, topology. Where is the map? Where is the diagram? And then only you should get into the discussion. Before the discussion starts, you need the topology. Only then you will understand their problem when they speak. Most of the time, when they speak their problem to you, when you have the topology in front of you, while they speak, as they speak, you can guess where the problem might be. And you just go and check that place, and you will find the problem there. And in few seconds or minutes, you will finish the problem which they were facing for months together. So topology will help you to troubleshoot a lot. If they don't have topology, what can be done? This is what you can do. Use CDP to discover the topology yourself. First, draw the topology and then start the discussion with the client. This is MS1. This is switch 1. This is router 2, router 10, router 1. And you don't know how they are connected, but these are the devices you know. And you got one of the console or all of the console, assume. I have one of the console here. No, I have all the consoles ready. I don't want to tailnet and discover. I just got all the consoles. With this, I need to discover the topology. You see, there is no IP address configured on any device. Show CDP neighbor. You already have CDP enabled, but there is no neighbor shown here. The reason is the interfaces are down. Let us bring the interface up. Interface F00, that's the name of the interface. No shutdown. Next, interface F0/1, no shutdown. Likewise, I'll go and bring the other interfaces down on the other device. I know in my organization these are the only two interfaces I have, so I no need to bring up all other interfaces. So how many routers we saw? There are 3 routers, and I brought the interface of 3 routers up. Switches interfaces are already up. You no need to say no shutdown. They're already up. So I'm not going to go to switches to bring it up. So let me start from switch router 1. I'll start from router 1, which is on the left. Router 1. Now show CDP neighbor. Did you see? Did you see this? It says I found one device. His name is MS1. You know who is MS1? The multi-layer switch. This one. And local interface name is F0/0. The remote port is, means on the switch, the port is F0/2. Okay. And the make of the switch 3560. You can see even here 3560. Now, if you want to know more detail, you can type show CDP neighbor detail. It shows even the operating system version of the device and the port names. Because we don't have any IP address configured, it won't show any IP address. So we have now discovered this link. Now let's go to MS. That MS1 switch. This is that MS1 switch. Show CDP neighbor. Here I can see two devices connected to this device. Two devices. One is R1, which we already saw. F0/2 R1. Another one is switch 1. So this is connected like this. Switch 1. Locally it is having F0/1 and remotely it is F0/3. And you see this one, small s means layer 2 capability, switch. S means switch. That's right. And what is this? R, router. Now, when I was showing you here, it was showing you, it didn't show you capability. Actually, this is a multi-layer switch. It will show both SR, switch, as well as router, because it's a multi-layer switch. In the real device, this is a simulator device, so it's not so real. In the real device, we will see RS, means it's multi-layer switch. It's capable of both layer 2 and layer 3. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, I understood that R1 is in the left, switch 1 is in the right. I'm going to switch 1 now to know who is connected to switch 1. On switch 1, I type show CDP neighbor. Aha, I have 3 devices connected. One we already know, the one MS1, locally F03. Is it true? F03. Yes, it is true. And it is also connected to R10, you see, R10. Local interface name is F0/1. The remote interface name, see, it's a routing capability. The remote is also F0/1. F0/1. And switch 1 is also connected to R2, which means it is connected like this. Locally it is F0/2. Remotely it is F0/1. And the platform is this. If you type detail, you will get more information about the routers. But because we don't have an IP address, it's not showing IP address. Otherwise, you will see an IP address. We'll come to that one later. Let us finish this discovery first. What is next? Next is, wait, we need to go to router 2. This is the router which we have not checked, router 2 and router 1. In router 2, when I type show CDP neighbor, I can see it is connected to both switch 1 and router 10. Switch 1 we know, already we saw in the switch 1. Already we saw in switch 1, we are connected via F01. from router 2. Now router 2 is connected to R10 like this. What is the local interface? F00. What is the remote interface? You see in the right? That is also F00. Okay, so one more router to go to check. That is switch router 10. In router 10 show CDP neighbor. It's the same two device which we already discovered. It says I'm connected to switch 1 via F01 and I'm connected to router 2 via F00. Perfect. So this is what the topology is. Let's go and verify whether it is correct. Of course it is same. You see? Same interface names. Let's put some IP address and see whether we can see IP address. I'll go to only R2 and put IP address. Interface, let me put it on F00. F00, I'll say IP address 10.10.12.2. Right, this is the IP address. And now you can see now on the switch as well as on the other router. See, other router don't have an IP address, but still you can see because it's layer 2. I want to show you about. I want to show you R2. Okay, router 2 is here. It says capable of routing, but the IP address still not come. Give some time, it will come. Every 60 seconds only they send a hello. If you want to know, every 60 seconds only they send the advertisement. If you want to know, you can type simply show CDP. You see, it says every 60 seconds it will send CDP packet. The whole time is 180 seconds. Router 2. Still, I'm not seeing the IP address that we. Oh, sorry, we put IP address on the other side. It won't show in router switch because we did not put IP address on this port. We put on the other port. So you can see that in R10. R10. Show CDP neighbor detail. I want to show. Look at this IP address. This is the IP address we have put there on R2. Yeah. So using this IP address, you can telnet if telnet is enabled on R2. If telnet is enabled on R2, and when you know the password, and R2 and R10 also need to have reachability for telnet. R10 don't have an IP address now. If it has got an IP address, and if there will be a reachability, then you can telnet. Right, this is how CDP helps to discover. Any question? Try this out, put some IP addresses on all devices. Try this. I've taken some topology, just randomly I connected like this, and we were able to discover. You also try doing the same or similar to this and see how disk CDP works. Right.
So this protocol will be helpful to discover the neighbors only.
Only the neighbors, only the directly connected neighbors.
Okay. Can you tell us a situation where it will be helpful for troubleshooting?
Yeah, if you don't know who is connected where, how you will able to troubleshoot?
Okay.
If you don't know this line or the wires that are connected,
Mm-hmm.
how you will troubleshoot? You want a network from router 2 to be seen in the router 1 routing table, but it is not coming. They are saying we are not able to see the route. Then you need to know what all devices in the path through which the update may come. For that, I need to know the links and the devices. Sort of, you need topology. See, whenever you don't have topology, you need to discover topology using CDP. CDP helps to discover topology. That's all. With that, you only need to troubleshoot. You only need to realize where the problem might have gone, and you can troubleshoot them.
Okay.
So we should not some things, no, sir. Otherwise, in an organization, if you go
Mhm.
without any topology, it will be difficult, no?
You first of all should not commit your commit them. If you don't have, if they don't give you topology, don't commit them anything, uh, because it will spoil our name. You will not be able to provide better good solution without topology. See, for discussion, we can discuss, and then we can say there may be a problem like this, but we cannot give guarantee that that will be a solution. What you say in the discussion, unless you are provided with the topology. For example, I'll tell you offline.